Richard Gabriel says that every programmer needs to be trained as an artist. So Uncle Bob, which is another great name in programming, he says that a programmer who writes clean codes is an artist, which through a series of transformations, he takes a blank screen to a system, elegant coded system. Uncle Bob. Maybe you don't know this name, but if you go to a computer science class, everybody will know them. They are very famous. They wrote the most important books in computer of these days. So Dave Thomas and Andy Hunt, programming is much more than dealing with machines. So you have to deal with human beings. You have customers. You need to do a product or a software which is exactly the necessity of this customer, or matches what this customer wants, not just a computer or a very logic work. It's a work of I don't know if one of you have already tried to ask or to order a software for a programmer, how difficult it is to explain what you want, and how difficult it is to the software developer to understand what the one who asks wants. So this is software development, is human relationships, not just writing codes in machines. The thinking of a programmer works at the same way that a poetry works. So this is one of the first pages of Frederick Brooks. He wrote the first most important book for software engineering, which is called The Mythical Man Month. I don't know does anyone knows this book, The Mythical Man Month? No, it's okay. But this is a book which broke the paradigm that once before people believed that the more people you put in a project, more efficient and more quick this project will be delivered. And this guy wrote a book which said that the more people you put in a project, the more slow this project will be. So, and he proved that. He worked in IBM for 30 years. And there are many similarities between programming and computer programming and painting. So this guy, Paul Graham, wrote a book called Hackers and Painters, and he, in the whole book, he makes connections between arts and computer science and programming and computer and software development. And one of quotes from other people, not from computer science. So nowadays, the tragedy of art is that there is no science in it. And the tragedy of science is that there is no emotion in it. Peter Brook is a famous theater. The society needs of all kinds of abilities, not just the cognitive. So they are emotional, they are affective. You can't drive a society just with data and computers. Alvin Toffler. And Albert Einstein said that after some level of knowledge, technical knowledge, if you achieve some level of technical knowledge, science and art, they tend to coexist in static, plastic, and form. So the biggest scientists are also artists. And for the last, this guy, Donald Knuth, which is one of the first computer scientists to write this Bible. This is the Bible of computer science. There are 3 volumes of 600 pages, and he wrote these books in 20 years. For 20 years he's been writing these books, and he says that programming, computer programming is not an art anymore, it's a science for a simple reason, because one day we decided to call it computer science. And also Knut said, there is an article about Knut, which is, this quote was taken. I can send you the whole article if you want. The article is of 1970 or 71, I don't know. But this article has 40 years. Science would be technology that we understand so well that we can teach to a computer. So if you don't understand something in totality, then it will be an art to deal with it. Exists a big, enormous distance between what computers can do and what people can do. So the visions, the incredible visions that people have when they speak, when they listen, when they create, or even when they program computers, are far away from the reach of the science. Almost everything is still an art. The science without arts is bound to become ineficaz, como fala? Inefficient. The art without science is to become inefficient. Oh, sorry.
Art without science is susceptible to be
Science without art is susceptible to become inefficient, and the art without science without art is susceptible to become inefficient. Sorry, and art without science is susceptible to become imprecise. We need to combine science and artist values if we want to really progress. So there's a small. Oh, sorry, I need the sound.
the sound, our song. There's a lesson, but maybe you should come.
There's a small video which has something to do with what Maira told about dreams, and then my master thesis presentation, which I hope you enjoy. It's a small video, and it's not a conventional way to present a master thesis,
no.
so maybe you are going to be surprised.